Access management stands as a vital pillar within IT general controls, cybersecurity governance, and SOX compliance. Every Big Four interview, whether for IT audit, GRC, cybersecurity, or risk consulting, typically includes probing questions about access provisioning, deprovisioning, privileged access, segregation of duties, and periodic reviews. In this episode of Audit Decoded by Mayuri, we will explore 5 commonly asked interview questions on access management, provide thorough answers, and share practical, real-world examples as auditors and consultants would share during their engagements. Question 1. What is access management and why is it essential in IT audit and cybersecurity? Access management entails the processes and controls that oversee user access granted, modified, and revoked based on job responsibilities. It ensures users possess only the minimum access level necessary to perform their roles, adhering to the principle of least privilege. Within an audit framework, access management is crucial as many significant risks, including unauthorized data modifications, fraud, or financial misstatements, stem from excessive or improper access. For instance, in an ERP environment, like SAP or Oracle, a user allowed to create vendors and process payments can execute fraud undetected. Similarly, if terminated employees retain active access, organizations risk data theft or sabotage. From a cybersecurity standpoint, inadequate access management fosters insider threats, privilege escalation attacks, and data breaches. Consequently, frameworks such as Audit, NIST, ISO 27001, and SOX emphasize identity lifecycle controls heavily. Question 2. What are the key components of the user access lifecycle? Explain each with examples. The user access lifecycle encompasses provisioning, modification, and deprovisioning, with each phase posing distinct risks and necessitating controls. Provisioning refers to the access granted when a new user joins or an existing employee takes on new tasks. An effective provisioning process incorporates role-based access to prevent over-authorization. For example, assigning an SAP role for AP accountants rather than custom manual access aids in maintaining uniformity and minimizes privilege risks. Modification takes place when users change roles, switch departments, or require temporary elevated access. If modifications are unregulated, users accumulate irrelevant access, often termed access creep. In Oracle, an employee's old procurement roles persist unless the system enforces role revocation when transitioning to HR operations. Deprovisioning involves promptly removing access when employees resign, retire, or are terminated. This stage is high risk in most audits. Delays in revocation can lead to misuse opportunities, especially from disgruntled former employees. Big Four auditors often scrutinize Active Directory logs, logo timestamps, or HR termination dates to ensure access removal occurs within the SLA, typically within 24 hours for high-risk applications. Question 3. How do you test access management controls in ITGC or SOX audits? Testing access management employs evidence-based methods to verify the design and effectiveness of controls. For provisioning, auditors sample new users to validate access was granted per approved requests. This process may include checking ticketing systems such as ServiceNow, reviewing manager approvals, and ensuring there are no unauthorized privileges. They align granted access with role descriptions to confirm the absence of SOD conflicts. For modification, testing encompasses validating access change requests, ensuring the proper approvals were obtained, and confirming old roles were removed. Segregation of duties matrices and Raji charts are used in this process. For deprovisioning, auditors verify that user termination dates coincide with access removal dates. They examine system logs, HR reports, and automated deprovisioning workflows. If access remains 20 days post-resignation, auditors assess if this reflects a control failure based on the company's SLA. During periodic access reviews, auditors check if quarterly or semi-annual certifications occurred by application owners. They further evaluate whether reviewers genuinely validated access appropriateness rather than merely clicking Approve All. Collectively, this testing enables evaluators to ascertain whether the access management. Question 4. What is Privileged Access Management, PAM, and how do auditors assess it? Privileged access covers elevated accounts featuring administrative rights for roles such as system administrators, database admins, and network admins. Since these accounts can modify configurations, delete logs, disable security controls, or access sensitive financial data, they present significant risks. An effective privileged access management control environment incorporates activities like dedicated admin accounts, password vaulting, multi-factor authentication for privileged users, session recording, and segregation between admin and standard user accounts. From an audit perspective, reviewers determine whether privileged access is restricted to only necessary personnel and if compensating controls exist. For example, SAP users with SAP_all or basis roles fall under high privilege scrutiny. In environments like Oracle or SQL, sysadmin or DBA roles undergo checks. Auditors typically request privileged account listings, verify mapping to active employees, and review whether periodic assessments were conducted. They also ensure admin activities are logged, monitored, and scrutinized. If unmanaged, privileged access can expose the organization to broad manipulation and substantial financial statement risks. Question 5. What is segregation of duties, SOD, and how do you identify or mitigate SOD conflicts? Segregation of duties ensures no single individual can execute all critical steps of high-risk transactions independently. This strategy helps avert fraud, errors, and unauthorized activities. A classic SOD conflict example is allowing one user to create a vendor and also process payments, enabling them to set up fictitious vendors and direct payments to themselves. Another instance involves granting a user both developer and production deployment access, jeopardizing system integrity. During the audit process, SOD testing employs tools like SAP GRC, Oracle OEM, or manual matrices to uncover conflicting access combinations. When conflicts arise, auditors investigate the existence of mitigating controls such as managerial approvals, monitoring reports, or post-deployment code reviews. If mitigating controls are ineffective, the conflict represents a control deficiency. Senior auditors or managers typically discuss with the client the necessity of role redesign or automation via IAM solutions. Closing script. Access management transcends being merely an IT or cybersecurity function. It underpins risk reduction, operational integrity, and financial accuracy. Whether preparing for a Big Four interview, pursuing a GRC role, or entering an IT audit position, mastering these access management fundamentals will enable you to explain not only what the control entails but also why it is vital and how to validate its effectiveness. At Audit Decoded by Mayuri, we strive to simplify these discussions, helping you develop your expertise and advance your audit career with confidence and clarity. If you found this content informative, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support enables us to decode more complex audit and cybersecurity topics in a straightforward, practical